If you're looking for one of the most affordable side exit exhaust systems to up the sound and look of your 2016 or newer 3.5 liter Toyota Tacoma, this Red Rock stainless steel single side exit exhaust system with a black tip will be a good choice to check out. Now, getting right into it when talking about sound, this will be a 3 out of 5 on the loudness meter, with 1 being completely stock and 5 being Waked and Papers loud. Now, this will offer a good volume increase over the stock system, but will mostly deepen the tone of the exhaust, creating a better presence to your truck while keeping a pretty comfortable cab environment with minimal drone. Now, with sound comes gains, and this will offer some minor gains to help out with your throttle response if you're currently struggling with that. Now, side exit and black tip will also offer a more aggressive look if you're looking to add black accents to your truck and you're not necessarily a fan of a polished system. This will be made of 3-inch diameter mandrel bent 409 stainless steel, offering smooth and direct airflow as well as good rust resistance. And the muffler that's responsible for the sound and most of the performance will have a straight-through design as well. Now again, you are getting a black tip and tailpipe on the back that will exit right after the passenger rear tire for a very stealthy look. This will also be a direct bolt-on application and come with everything you need in order to make this a very straightforward install. Getting into price, again, this will be one of your most affordable choices at roughly $300. Now, what I like about this is that you're getting a good setup for the price. With rust-resistant 409, you get good sound with the straight-through style muffler and a decent-sized tip, making this system one that you really won't have to compromise much for. Now, other options available on the page may just be set up a little bit differently. They may have 304 stainless, they may have a turn-down style, or even a dual exit configuration, or even a polished tip and tailpipe instead of this blacked out look. Now, overall, if you're looking for good sound and a good-looking exhaust that's going to have a quality build at an affordable price, then this is it. Now, install will be a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. Even though it is pretty straightforward, I would recommend a little bit of experience with this style of exhaust system. It should probably take you about 3 hours to get the job done, but I wouldn't be surprised if you got it done a little bit sooner with some basic hand tools. However, that is going to wrap it up for my review. Let's go ahead and head over to the shop. One of our guys there is going to show you a detailed breakdown of the install right now.
Tools required for this install include an impact gun, PB blaster or a penetrating lubricant of your choice, a marker, an exhaust hanger remover tool, a tape measure, a 14, 15, and 17 millimeter sockets, a saw, and pole jacks or a jack stand. What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to install an exhaust on our Tacoma, so let's get started. So our first step is going to be to disconnect our hanger on our tailpipe as well as our frontmost hanger behind the flange. We're going to leave the 2 hangers connected behind the muffler until we disconnect our flange and we're ready to fully remove our exhaust. So I've gone ahead and sprayed our hanger down with some penetrating lubricant just to make it a little bit easier to slide off. And then I'm going to get in there with an exhaust hanger remover tool, slide this out. So now coming to the front side of our muffler right behind our flange, we can remove our second hanger. I went ahead and did the same thing, sprayed it down with some penetrating lubricant, and then we can pop that out. So now with our two hangers removed, we can attack our flange. So these are going to be two 14mm bolts. So I'll get a 14mm socket on an impact gun and get these off. So now with our flange unbolted, we can hit our last two hangers that are right behind the muffler. So I'll get in there with our exhaust hanger remover tool. So now I've thrown a pole jack underneath our muffler just to hold the exhaust into place while we remove our last exhaust hanger. Then once again, I'll get behind that with our exhaust remover tool and pop that out. So now we can start to slowly lower our pole jack and move the exhaust out towards the front of the truck. So now for our cut, we're gonna have to cut 14¼ inches off of our non-flange side. So grab yourself a tape measure and a Sharpie. So now we can make our mark at 14¼ inches. And then I'll meet you over at the saw to make our cut. So now that we're over at the saw, I've got our pipe all lined up and clamped into position. And then we can bring it down and make our cut. So now with our cut made, we can go ahead and deburr our edges. So I'm gonna get on our grinder here and clean up our edge. So now with our edges cleaned up, we're ready to get this installed on the truck. So now that we've gone ahead and cut our pipe and cleaned up our edges, we can get that mounted up to the truck. So we'll line it up and then we'll get our hardware started. We're going to be reusing the factory bolts. And now we can take our 14mm socket on an impact gun and tighten down our bolts. So now we can take our clamp with our hanger and slide it over the tip of our muffler. And then we'll go ahead and slide our muffler into our front pipe and into our hanger. So now we can slide our clamp into place. And then I'll take a 17mm socket on an impact gun to tighten this clamp down. So now on the back side of our muffler, we can slide one of our normal clamps over the edge. So now we can snake our over axle pipe over our axle. And then we'll slide it into our two hangers. And now we can slide our over axle pipe into our muffler. So now coming back behind the passenger side rear wheel, right next to the leaf spring, we can slide our last hanger into place. So now coming back to our muffler to over axle pipe, we can go ahead and slide our clamp into position. And then this one's going to be a 15mm nut on the clamp, so I'm going to use a 15mm socket on an impact gun, snug that down. So now our last step is going to be to install our tip. So we have our last clamp that will slide over the edge. And then we can slide our tip onto our over axle pipe. Now you can adjust this however you'd like. You can put it super far in. I like a little bit of poke, so I'm going to leave it right about there.
And now once we have our clamp slid into place, we can take our 15mm socket once again to tighten down this clamp. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Red Rock stainless steel single exhaust system with black tip and side exit for your 2016 to current 3.5 liter Tacoma. Thank you for watching, and remember, for all things Tacoma, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.